Ocean Mike welcomes everybody back to Wicked Fish Wednesday. There's Big Blue Fish. I will get him a little bit more in the frame. Hello to our first viewer. Hello, Froggy and Level Up. Oh, we have 4 folks already. Welcome to the stream, everybody. All right. So while we're waiting, hi, Dorothy. It's great to see you too. Welcome to the stream. Sure. I can try to turn down. I'm not able to do that on a live stream. Let me try something else. This is the new room. Welcome to my pad. Kind of a pain. Let's try the top one. There we go. Hello, Stormcloak. Sorry for the crunching. I just hear that it's a bit bright, so maybe this will help a smidge. If not, just let me know. All right. Great. This might just be worse, actually. Ooh, we got spooky lighting now. Is this better or is this worse? If this is worse, then we could try 1 or 2 more things. Better? Better. Okay. That's good. Good. So, how are you guys tonight? We have 7 folks at the 4-minute mark. I have some celery sticks. I have a scary story. I don't know about that. But I did finally get a Magic the Gathering Commander deck. And guess what? It's all sea monster themed. And I really like it. Hello, Murphy. Hope you guys are all doing great tonight. And I am well, thank you. Keep the language in the comments nice to each other, please. Well, I don't really obsess over it, but I do enjoy a good game every once in a while. I have never played Commander, so I heard that there was a Sea Monster Commander deck, which is this one, and the local shop, which is owned by a really nice Chinese lady, she had it, and so she helped me get it. So, with that being said, I guess we can start out with today's agenda. So, I guess the first mythical fish we can talk to is from Japan. And this fish is called, I believe it's pronounced Namazu. So, Namazu was thought to be a giant catfish, and it was thought to like live beneath the mud and like hidden by a stone. And it's like guarded by some legendary deity called Kashima. However, whenever Kashima like let its guard down, Namazu will thrash, and it caused violent earthquakes. So that giant catfish was thought to be a reason from why earthquakes are caused. Because, as you know, Japan being on such a active set of tectonic plates gets a lot of earthquakes. So that story evolved Namazu, the giant catfish. And for those of you who do not know the channel, on Wicked Fish Wednesday, we talk about prehistoric or mythical fish, and we take yes, Froggy, Japan is another country. So, like I was saying, on Wicked Fish Wednesday, we talk about mythical or prehistoric fish. However, today we're going to keep it more mythical based, just for the fun of it. I'll also be answering questions of any sort within appropriateness. What is my favorite snack? Right now, one of my favorite snacks has been celery sticks, but I'm also always down for some kettle chips, both of which I have on hand. However, tonight I'm going with a more healthier option, of course. Glad to see everybody is having a good day. How am I enjoying college life? It has been very nice. And Jimmy, don't you go talking bad about celery sticks. Celery sticks are great. And carrots are not as good as celery, in my opinion. However, to each their own. Okay. So I guess the next fish we can talk about, I have a little list here that I made up. Which one? I guess we could talk about Hafgufa, because that's a fun name. I will not fight you, but I will respectfully disagree with you. So, Hafgufa is, I believe, a Greenland sea monster legend. And it was thought to be a beast that disguised itself as an island or like some rocks. And this beast is a female, so she would like start humming or making noise or like attracting the fish to her. And so when they would come, the mouth would then close on them. I thought that was pretty cool. Half good. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Aren't you just silly tonight, Jimmy? Okay. So, with that being said, this creature was thought to be the mother of all sea monsters and was thought to be able to eat anything if it got in its jaws, which is pretty interesting. I don't know much about Greenland mythology, but I think that's an interesting little piece. So there are those two. Just reading the chat. That is probably. Have I been partying? I have not. I have never been to a party, and I don't think I probably will unless it's like a game party. We could play like board games or card games. Dancing stuff is not my cup of tea. Okay. Catfish are real, yes. That's a very good observation. Okay. So I guess we could talk about the next one. This one is one that you might all be familiar with to some extent. Pisces, the astrological formation in the skies at night. So about Pisces. So Pisces is, I think, originally in Greek myth. So Pisces was a set of two fish and occasionally a shark, I believe. And so it was thought to come into existence because Aphrodite, the goddess of love and affection and such, and her son Cupid, I believe it was Cupid, became fish to escape Typhon, who is like the father of all monsters in Greek mythology. I stumbled over my words there. Hello, Eddie. And yes, it is me, Marine Michael. Welcome to the channel. I don't believe I've seen you around too much. You know what I mean. They still represent the same deity. Like I could have said Venus and Cupid. However, the deities still remain the same. Anyway, so that was that legend. And Typhon in that situation had been sent by the earth goddess Gaia to attack the gods. So those two tried to escape in that form. Sorry, that was a bit loud. So with our three, yeah, I'm pretty sure we went over three. Sorry, my brain's a little bit rotten tonight. With those three said and done, are there any questions that you guys have or topics of discussion? Whether it be about tonight's fish or anything else, or even a new fish. I would hardly call this an ASMR because my voice can be a bit loud at times. However, I am eating celery and I am explaining marine legends. For the mouthfish, well, you're talking about the one that swallowed up fish that got in its mouth, right? If so, I'm pretty sure what it actually was like an underwater volcano located in that area that a lot of people would like see like the froth or the bubbles due to like emissions of gas and like deep sea magma. And so people would see that and think, oh, it's because it's calling out to the fish. And then like some fish would die because of the temperature change and sometimes getting too close when emissions were released. And so people would see the dead fish plus those bubbles and say, oh, big sea monster, big, big, big. Thoughts on the ocean cleanup project? The official one or the miscellaneous ones, like the private organizations? Regardless, I guess I should have an answer either way. I believe that it has a good message. It is pretty detrimental that we start removing plastic from the ocean sooner rather than later, because in those big circular tides that make those like island-sized plastic beaches is what they're called. Boy and Slat? I'm not familiar with Boy and Slat. If there's some sort of shady business going on here, I was not aware of it. Regardless, I think that message, just the message itself of getting plastics out of the ocean, is is important and it's a good thing. I've been writing a lot of my papers in my English class about similarly related oceanic topics. Thank you very much, Stormcloak Guard. I'm glad to be back. I agree that those types of businesses are cool, but I don't know. Sometimes non for profits get a little bit weird about what they're doing. However, I'm glad to hear that the ocean cleanup is keeping it clean. I have talked about the lungfish. There's the Australian lungfish and then the African lungfish. I think it's very cool that they evolved to rely on small puddles of water that dry up quickly. I guess we could talk about them, although they're not from the ocean, just saying. They are freshwater fish that are capable of living, like, if left alone in like a undisturbed environment, they can like live for like months and like sometimes I think years even at a time of just in a like comatose state, like just out of water because they develop these lungs that allow them to somewhat monitor their blood and such. However, it is not foolproof as they do go into a comatose state after a certain amount of time. However, that comatose state, if they're left uneaten or uncaught or whatever, it allows them to stay alive until rainfall comes and water levels rise again. However, usually if they're just in water, they usually just kind of like put their mouth up to the top of the water and like filter in some air from outside of their puddles. It's really cool. Well, a lot of fish did evolve to breathe air, but a lot of them still kind of keep their current happening because they either back themselves into an evolutionary corner or yeah, it's usually due to backing themselves in an evolutionary corner. That's what a lot of sponges are. Sponges have evolved so far into being a sponge and just being able to filter water that they cannot evolve further to be anything else but to better filter water. It's kind of funny, but it's interesting to see that sponges will just get better at being sponges over the centuries. Let me know if this is too loud and I'll either back up or I'll put it away. Magic eraser sponges. Are sponges actually sponge-like? There aren't. Are you talking about like the texture, like kitchen sponges, the ones that like are squishy? Some are, but there are a lot that are more solid because they rely on like condensed calcified polyps that continue to like filter out water and such. Mm, well, some would. It's a little bit difficult to explain because the polyps are very susceptible to damage. So I guess depending on the circumstance, if depends how much you dry it out and what type of sponge it is. So maybe, but it's a little bit of a difficult question because I am, for one, not on the experimentation of sponges in that way. It seems a little bit mean, but that is a good question, though. That could be an interesting feature that they've evolved into to keep themselves alive if water levels drop to a certain extent and part of their body is exposed. Are they able to survive that way, or are they able to filter water to different parts of the upper body that is not in the water? Who knows? Level Up asks Mike if you could give, pardon me, hiccup. Mike, if you could give one fish species an evolution boost, parentheses, they evolve immediately as if a lot of time has passed, parentheses, which fish would you give it to? Either for their benefit or just to see how, and I believe that is supposed to segue into how it looks or functions. I don't know. A lot of fish have evolved to a certain point where they have kind of reached, it's kind of like an exponential graph. Like you go up, like you continue to go at a steady rate for a certain amount of time, but then slowly you start going up rather than more this way. You'll always keep going this way, but the amount that you go that way continues to decrease more and more the farther you go up. In that case, up means time, and this means evolutionary traits. So more more time passes, the less traits you get. You know what I'm saying? But um, I guess I would like to see. I guess it would be cool to see if a whale shark could evolve any further. I mean, they're already kind of apex, not really predators, but they're apex fish, as they don't really have many, if not any, natural predators because of their size and ability to sustain themselves without getting into conflict. Stormcloak Guard, no, I do not think I will. Okay, I'll take one or two more questions and then I think we'll wrap it up for the evening. If there are any more questions. I understand if there are not. This is a decently long live stream, I think. It's been a while since I've had the time to do these, but now that classes are starting to wind down, the summer session classes are, I believe we'll have more time to set aside for live streams and daily uploads. But are humans done evolving? You should get wings and stuff like that. Um, I believe that humans are still evolving to some extent. Like there are still like traces of past evolutionary traits that we did have that we're evolving out of. But I'm not really sure. I guess our ability to learn and comprehend is always evolving. Like our technology and our means of education and our quality of life continues to improve. So maybe, but I don't know if it's going to be anything spectacular like you're hoping, at least not yet. There are some species of sponges that were caught to use as kitchen sponges. However, they were put through somewhat of a process to make them usable for kitchen amenities. I believe that it is either not allowed now or it has become so rare that it isn't really done too much in at least America. Very well could be. There are a lot of animals that are capable of doing that. However, I disagree, as we have built things that do those things for us, like medication, like Lactaid helps the body break down lactose intolerance, and air conditioning helps with temperature regulation. So I believe that the creations that we have made for us have kind of spoiled us. So our bodies are not registering those like issues as things to evolve traits for, if you know what I'm saying. Our body isn't really saying like, oh, we're too hot all the time or we're too cold all the time. We have because we have built things that we use as replacement. I don't know. I feel like instead of taking an evolutionary path, we have taken more of a industrial path. At least our species has. We rely more on tools than in our intellect, more than traits that give us advantages over other animals or organisms. Not really on topic with fish, but those are my thoughts. In a way, yes. I'll have one more celery stick, and I think we're going to wrap it up after that. Endless phobias and stuff. Well, that would be cool. But yeah, I guess there's always things that just kind of work their way into our heads. I lied. I'm gonna have another celery stick. That one's really good. Mm. Well, ask one about whales. One celery stick did hit different. What about whales a bit up? Just bless the rain. Ha ha ha. Encourage the enterprise. Ocean cleanup project. You do not think you posted something about whales? Yeah. Okay. Well, we're just about at the 30-minute mark, just about 20 seconds until then. So, with that being said, I think we're going to wrap up tonight's live stream. I am very happy to be back full time now. So, expect some new uploads tomorrow, standard form. And make sure to use that suggestion, use those suggestions either in the comments or reach out to me in other ways that you know how. So, by any means, gave me some suggestions for fish of the day. So after this, I'm going to probably take out the trash. My trash can's getting a little bit full. And I would bid you all a great night or morning or day. So it was great talking to you all and seeing all you guys again. So have a great rest of your night, guys. Can't wait to get back full time. And like always, don't think I forgot. Goodbye, fishy friends. And to you who's watching, yes, you, this is the surprise.